Ever since this game's reveal trailer has been released, it's always been in my top projects that I'm most intrigued about, for the simple fact that everything we see here is 100% in-game. All the animations, the combat, the movement and so on, even the graphics are in-game footage, which are looking absolutely amazing. Don't believe me? We'll take a look at the developers' past projects or other upcoming projects they have in the works, like Black Desert for their past game, or we have the upcoming Crimson Desert, which I'm extremely excited about. The gameplay trailer for Crimson Desert showed a beautiful medieval open world with great combat, exploration and animations, and it is no doubt gonna do the same with their upcoming Plan 8 game. Now where has this game gone? Right now, along with Little Devil Inside and Project Awakening, Plan 8 is one of the upcoming games that I get asked the most about because we haven't had any news at all since its reveal more than 3 years ago. It has been a really long time, and so I wanted to create this video to remind you guys of this game in a positive way. Because yes, it is still being worked on. Pearl Abyss, the developers, are a really big studio, and so they're working on multiple projects at the same time. But I think they have some problems just managing all of their games at once. They're also working on the Skyrim-inspired Crimson Desert at the moment, but I could not even tell you which game will release first between Crimson and Plan 8. But with the details that we're gonna get into, we know they're coming, and things have changed and massively improved over time. The world is better, it's bigger, they have more abilities, more gadgets. They've just made things look better and just feel better overall. Both of these newly announced projects had received massive amount of attention, with both reveal Twitters getting more than 2 million views each, and the fact that Pearl Abyss announced they were now focusing on games more attractive to the Western media didn't help the hype of people in the United States or Canada like myself. I've never really been into Japanese or Korean games, but seeing this change of focus is definitely a good thing, at least for us in North America. After the reveal of Pearl Abyss' next two major projects, one is still being updated and talked about, while the other completely disappeared. Some people already think it's been cancelled or in development hell, but recent news confirms it is not, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. In this game, you'll don an exosuit that grants you some very different and cool abilities, such as super strength, flying, and much more. Each exosuit has its own unique abilities, and thus ways to defend against it. Some can scale walls and others can jump super high. Weapons can be enhanced or modded as well, and created entirely from random things found on the battlefield. Your character will be totally unique, as well as its armor and weapons. With Plan 8, Pearl Abyss is striving to create a next generation shooter coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and also PC that combines the best elements of the MMO and single player genre to create an entirely new experience unlike any other shooter game on the market. A vast open world and profound worldview will be important to Plan 8. Though Pearl Abyss describes Plan 8 as a shooter, it is difficult to confine the game to a single genre. The project aims to create a unique shooter title with MMO gameplay elements playable with friends and other enemy players, as well as alone if you'd like. As opposed to Crimson Desert, which will be strictly single player, Plan 8 will have MMO elements that will differ itself from others. Now that you know what Plan 8 will be about, let's get into the most recent news, which is really quick but good to know for people waiting on this game. Yes, Plan 8 is still in heavy development as we speak and will release after Crimson Desert, and the development is going very well. Same thing happened this year in 2022, but only last year in 2021 did we see the article that Pearl Abyss expansion was on the rise. They opened Western studios to concentrate all of their attention on Crimson Desert and Plan 8 there. Both these two games are made for the Western public in general, and so they needed an expansion for it, and now their studios are growing even bigger in 2022 for these two games. That is really good to know Plan 8 has not been abandoned or put aside to work on Crimson Desert only. There is so much potential with Plan 8, and I'm hoping we get to see some kind of gameplay trailer soon. Plan 8 is defined as an exosuit MMO shooter. The exosuit is a robotic device that the player can wear, offering amazing abilities, as said by the developers. A key feature of Plan 8 is finding and equipping different gears to the player's exosuit, opening up gameplay experiences never before seen in any game. You can find things on the battlefield and take it with you for your exosuits, or create your own armor from scratch. Exosuits allow players to exercise superhuman power, granting wearers extraordinary strength and unique capabilities that will all do something unique in this massive open world. Every exosuit has its own special abilities.